Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Blessing. In case you're watching me for the first time, welcome, good to have you. Well, some of you already know. Those who follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, you know that I am pregnant for the first time. And during my pregnancy, I'm actually in my mid-50s. Let me put this out there first and foremost. You'd be wondering, okay, you're did I say I'm in my oh Jesus have mercy.
I'm actually in my mid-50s. Let me put this out there first and foremost.
I'm in my mid-30s, okay? Rewind.
I'm actually in my mid-50s. Let me put this out there first and foremost.
Okay, so I'm in my mid-30s. And you'd be wondering, how come, Blessing, you never knew about these things? I have friends who have had babies, who have babies, who have been pregnant, but there are just a few things that these people don't tell you. These pregnant people, it's like they just have this group meeting where they discuss the things that they should disclose and those that they definitely don't want other people to know. They want you to really get pregnant and experience it yourself, and that is the way I feel about it. And today I'm not going to be talking about the no-brainers. I'm not going to be talking about the basic stuff like the morning sickness, the cravings, the tiredness, the mood swings. No, I'm going to be revealing a few points. Actually, there are a lot, but I'm going to be sharing only 4 with you. So, number 1 on my list is vaginal discharge. Okay, listen up. Every woman, whether you're pregnant or not, you experience a certain level of discharge, right from puberty till menopause, okay? But when you get pregnant, I've come to understand more or less that your body tends to produce more estrogen. So because of that, you produce also consequently more discharge. And I had no clue. These are things that, we just wish we would have known. I've spoken to a few other new moms and they say, yeah, I also found out the hard way. At least we would be a bit more prepared with panty liners and all those other stuff. But no one ever gets to talk about these things. And trust me, if you're experiencing it also, I need you to know that it is perfectly healthy for you to have this heavy amount of discharge, or let me say a heavier amount of discharge than you're used to, because the fluid that you produce actually prevent bacteria from traveling up your womb. So it's actually healthy. The only time you should have to be worried, or the only time you should have to check in with your doctor, is when, let's say, you start noticing that your fluid has an offensive odor, or that it has how do you say that, it has a color, because usually it's supposed to be colorless. It's supposed to be maybe milky, colorless. But when your fluid starts to get off-white, then you should start thinking about making that appointment. Number 2 on my list is urine leakage. Oh my God. The number of time you have to go and wee-wee doubles, more or less. Before I got pregnant, I hardly even went to pee during the night. Like when I sleep, I just go to bed and wake up, and never having to wake up in between, almost never having to wake up in between. And then I got pregnant and I realized, well, okay, the travels or the trips to the bathroom increases, but that is not even what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about having little or no bladder control. Like when you sneeze, your urine comes along with the mucus or whatever you have come out of your nose. And that is really another thing that I always tell myself, oh my God, why didn't anybody tell me this? Why didn't anybody prepare me for this? And if you're watching and you're thinking, why is this girl talking about these things? Well, I have to say that pregnancy is one of the most beautiful experiences any woman can have. It's one of the most beautiful things you can experience and go through. But there are also not so fun sides of it that we just have to be open about. We just have to put out there, and that's what I'm doing today, and it's all fun, okay? So the third thing on my list is the number of pillows that I would need during bedtime. Okay, so before I got pregnant, I would hardly even sleep with a pillow. You know, I could sleep without one. And then I got pregnant and I realized that, you know, your body kind of like changes, and the weight of your stomach as it grows, the weight kind of like controls the way you move. It controls your posture. And I've noticed that ever since I got pregnant, I've had to use at least 4 pillows each night before I can get a good night's sleep. You might be wondering, what on earth do you need 4 pillows for? All right, listen up. So I need one for my head or my neck, obviously. I need another one for my back. Yes, when you're pregnant, you realize that as your stomach grows, the weight of the growing stomach tends to pull your body forward. So then your backbone kind of like tries to start working harder, you know, to create that balance. So what I do is I prop it up with a pillow, and I also prop up like the front of me, like forward, like right under my armpit. I tend to prop another pillow right in front to create that balance, so that I don't swaddle, or that I swaddle less due to, you know, the pull from the stomach, from the weight of the stomach, and try to support also my backbone. So those are already 3. 1, 2, 3. And the last pillow is for my legs. Well, you have to keep your feet elevated to help improve the flow of blood. So no one told me that, blessing, you're gonna have to invest in pillows. No one did. And the final thing that I wish someone would have warned me about is the choice of a stroller. My husband and I have been trying to get a stroller lately. We've been trying to buy a perambulator, and I go online and I am confronted with an immense amount of stroller types, designs, shapes, sizes, and what have you. And I have no clue what to start or what my prerequisites should be. And I'm a very fancy person. I love the very blingy things, and I love the very fancy, fashionable stuff. So for me, it's so very difficult to really make a choice, you know, because the very good looking strollers are quite pricey. You'd be talking $1,200 to get a very good stroller. And I remember telling my husband, I think a few weeks ago, like, oh my god, I think I like this one, we should get this one. And he took a look at me and he was like, why don't you just buy the baby a car? $1,300, blessing. Let's just buy the baby a car and get it over with. And at that point, I just knew, okay, this guy is not into this one. So, well, we have to, you know, really find the balance between a very good functional stroller that is also quite fashionable, quite trendy, and a good price. So price quality is something we really have to look into, and I also didn't know that was going to be an issue. So right now we don't have a stroller, we don't have we don't have it. So, well, if you're watching and you're thinking, yes, I went through this when I was pregnant, I encountered so many things that I wish someone would have told me, or, you know, I'd just like you to share with me, to share with us that very one thing that, you know, that hit you like a storm, you know, that caught you unawares, that you had no clue about. I'd like you to share it with us. Just drop your comments, and I'm going to also drop my Instagram handle in my description box below. So follow me, subscribe to this channel if you like this video, because I will be doing more vlogs as time goes on. thank you very much for watching. And also, if you're wondering why I'm doing this video from inside a car, that is because I am heading to a workshop. I have been invited by the organizers of Mr. and Miss Nigeria Netherlands to give a workshop on pageantry. So that is why I'm heading to, and I thought, oh, let me do a quick video before I leave home. So I have to go. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time on my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.